In the last newsletter, which included this invite to the Zoom meeting, I mentioned that this meeting will be different. Firstly, we have a different topic from the one that I announced at the May meeting. And secondly, we will all leave the Zoom meeting today and watch the presentation in an MS Teams meeting. Today's presentation, the plan was that the presentation would have been about digital signatures by Jenny Dugmore, one of our members. But unfortunately it was cancelled and replaced with a topic that I think you should find not too difficult to relate to. We're going to have a presentation by representatives of Legrand about one aspect of Internet of Things, or IoT for short. But in our case today, the IoT, Internet of Things, will focus on simple connected homes. In other words, devices that can be fitted to a residential house to monitor or control things. Now, Legrand, it's originally a French company, and they specialize in electrical and digital infrastructures, offering a comprehensive range of products and systems used in commercial, residential, and industrial buildings. Donovan James is the business unit manager for connected home products for Legrand South Africa. He heads up the division which looks after specifications, training and distribution of these products through their network in South Africa. Melanie Vosloo, she will facilitate the MS Teams meeting today, and she's the marketing manager for Legrand South Africa, so you'll get to meet her soon. So I'm holding thumbs. Here's the link. You can post on that now or click on it and then just follow the process that I've explained. And I'll wait a while here before I end this Zoom meeting.
All right. Just firstly, welcome to everyone. Okay, so I've switched off my camera. If I can ask everyone else to also switch off their cameras, just makes it easier in terms of bandwidth. I'll appreciate that. Then just a quick introduction for those that have missed it. I'm the marketing manager with Legrand South Africa. And just a quick background on Legrand. We are a global specialist in electrical and digital building infrastructures. We opened the South African subsidiary in 1985, and we've developed a comprehensive distribution network across South Africa. Our subsidiary represents the Legrand's group business interest in South Africa, Botswana, Malawi, Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and Swaziland. Just to give you an indication of the geographics that we serve. And then the next up, I want to introduce you to Donovan James. He's our business unit manager for connected home products for Legrand South Africa. He heads up the division which looks after specifications, training and distribution of these products throughout our network in South Africa. Donovan has been with the Legrand team since 2017, and he carries with him in-depth knowledge of the market as well as customer-driven solutions for the fourth industrial revolution in the connected home environment. So today you are in very capable hands. So I will be handing over to Donovan to take you through a few of the solutions that Legrand offers in terms of the connected home. Don, over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Melanie. Thank you so much. Firstly, let me say thank you for taking the time out to join us on this webinar. I think Melanie mentioned a very important point, and I think it's something that we're all very interested in. And we talk about IoT, the Internet of Things. And if you see by the slide that I've got there, the definition is the Internet of Things refers to a system of interrelated, interconnected objects that can collect and transfer data over a wireless network. Okay. I'm going, if I may just ask you guys just to mute your mics, or Melanie, if I can just ask you to just mute the guests that are not muted as yet. Okay, I'm going to show a short video quickly before we continue. Please let me know if you're able to hear the sound clearly.
Here's a little story about
Yes, we can hear.
in the kitchen, at work, on your arm. Things were everywhere, but they weren't going anywhere. They just did what they did. Things. But then things got a bit exciting. Things got connected, really connected. Creative. Multi-talented. And when all the crazy things were happening around us, we smiled and worked on. Because all these years we've been making useful and reliable things in a responsible way. To achieve things like energy saving, health monitoring and security, personalization and comfort, continuity and efficiency, even in romance. Because above all, things should be connected to life. Elliot by Legrand, bringing things to life.
Okay, so we hear this video and they speak about things, and Melanie's mentioned a very important word when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution. Now, in previous speeches from the president, we understand that the aim is to make data science part of your school curriculum, and the fourth industrial revolution is very important. And to understand a little bit about the fourth industrial revolution, we need to start obviously with the first industrial revolution. Now, the first industrial revolution started in about the 1700s when people started manufacturing tools and processes, chemical processes, using steam power and so forth. And a good example of the second industrial revolution, we take a guy by the name of Henry Ford. So what Henry Ford did is he's taken these processes and tools and he's developed a production line, thus creating the Ford motor vehicle. Now, similarly, the third industrial revolution is the internet, connected products, as we've seen in that video. And this is important when we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, is taking all of these products and making them all work together. So I think we all have smart devices in our lives. I think most of us or all of us have smartphones. Some of us have smart televisions. Some of us have smart appliances like refrigerators or washing machines and so forth. And similarly, the fourth industrial revolution is getting all of these products working together. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about briefly about two products. The first one is called RTU with NetAtmo, and then also NetAtmo products as well. Okay, so we will discuss what is RTU with NetAtmo exactly, what I can control, how do I control it, what is the cost, and what colors are available. Okay, so before we even discuss what is Legrand's RTU with NetAtmo products, I just want to chat a little bit about smart homes and why are smart homes important and what are the trends in terms of smart homes. With this technological age that we're in now, smart homes have the ability to give us comfort and convenience. It has the ability to give us energy saving, which is very, very important, as well as security. Okay, so if we look at what is RTU with NetAtmo, okay, so RTU with NetAtmo is basically plugs and switches, but it's smart plugs and switches. So it's a collection of smart switches and sockets, and very importantly, it makes use of your traditional wiring infrastructure. So what this means is you can now, with Legrand's products, create a smart home for an existing installation or an existing home. Smart homes are so you don't have to be a new installation. And how do we control all of this? Through your Wi-Fi. So it's a wireless control of your products. Okay, so we say RTU with NetAtmo is a simple home automation solution that is affordable. It makes use of your traditional house wiring infrastructure and is easy to install, and control is done through your Wi-Fi. So we understand what is RTU with NetAtmo, and now we need to understand how do we control it, or what do we control. So I can control lighting. We can switch lights on and off. We can control dimming. We can dim lights. We can control sockets in small appliances, as well as blinds and shutters. Okay. In the next few months, we will be launching an add-on to the system to control your air conditioning or your HVAC systems, which we're very, very excited about. Now, one of the difference, I mean, there's a plenty of connected products in the market. What we need to understand is that Legrand, as Melanie mentioned, we've been a long time in South Africa. Legrand is an international company, manufacturing company, and we do a turnover of about 6 billion euro. Okay, and one of the differences between our products and other products in the market is that the associations that we have. For example, you can control this product with your voice, basically by speaking to your digital assistants, turning off your lights, turning on your lights. You can switch off sockets. You can open and close by virtue of just using your voice. Now, when we say the association, it works with Google Assistant from Google. It works with Amazon Alexa from Amazon, as well as with Siri through your Apple Home setup. Okay, so you can control this product with your voice, which is very important. You can control this product with an app. So you download it into a mobile device. So Home Plus Control app is free to download. There are no subscription charges. Okay, and you can control it locally. So you can control it on the switch itself. Now, why is this important? Because we know sometimes our service providers, our internet service providers are offline. The difference between our products and call it our bus products in the market is that even if your Wi-Fi is down, you can still switch your lights on and off. You can still dim your circuits. You can still open and close your blinds. So you don't lose the access to the functioning of your home. And this is a very important point to take note of. Just to bring us back again to voice control. So unfortunately, South Africa is going through a bit of a bad spell in terms of the third wave. And what Legrand is saying is voice control technology makes it easier and more hygienic to control your home by minimizing the touching of surfaces. To give an example, I never ever use a light switch. I only use my voice to turn. I have these voice assistants throughout my home, and I use my voice to control my lighting, switch on and off lights. So I'm not exposing myself to unnecessary touching of surfaces. Okay. I'm going to play a video that explains that might give you a better idea of RTO with NetAtmo.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yes, you forgot to switch on the studio lights. Oh, hold on, watch this. Hey Siri, switch on studio lights.
Wow, Marius, how did you do that?
Hi everyone, hi Sean, I'll tell you all about it now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Innoval Training Center here in Johannesburg. We're very excited to talk about today's product, which is the RTO with NetAtmo Starter Kit. But before we get going, perhaps Marius, you could tell us a little bit more about what is RTO with NetAtmo exactly?
RTO with NetAtmo is a simple home automation solution system where you can make use of your existing house wiring and it's controlled through your Wi-Fi.
That's great, because home automation usually meant having to rewire your whole house.
Yes, it becomes really affordable, Sean. It's a cost-effective solution.
So if I go ahead now and install one of these systems in my home, what am I going to be able to control?
Sean, you saw me switch the studio light. So you're able to control lights and the dimming function.
Okay.
You are also able to switch, for example, socket outlets and any device that is plugged into your socket outlet. We can also control blinds as well as shutters, opening and closing, your pool pump, and even water heating systems can be switched on and off.
That's a good number of things. But how do I control all of that?
You are able to control it manually with a switch,
Okay.
as well as you download an app onto your phone. It's called the Home Plus Control app, and it has a Apple or Android platform. And you are able to, once the system is connected to Wi-Fi, you're able to control it from anywhere in the world. Remember, Sean, there's also the voice control that you can use.
Now, voice control is wonderful technology, especially in this day and age with COVID and the fact that we are all very hygiene aware.
I agree.
We want to minimize the touching of surfaces. So your voice assistants like the Google Home, the Alexa, the Apple Siri, it's fantastic stuff.
I agree, Sean.
The RTO with Net Atmo starter kit is everything you need to get started with your smart home and comes in both white or magnesium options. Marius, what does the kit actually consist of?
Sean, we've got a gateway. This does all the communications. Then we have a home and away button. We have a connected socket module, a connected switch, and a very convenient wireless switch.
And how simple is it to expand on this system?
Sean, it's very easy to expand, and you can have multiple devices connected even at a later date.
Okay. I've got one last question. How easy is it to install, and can I install it myself?
It's very easy to install. Because you're using the existing house wiring, that makes it simple to change an old switch out and then put the R2 Connect switches in its place. And Sean, like any electrical installation, a qualified professional must do the installation.
Thank you. So, to view a list of accredited RTO with Net Atmo installers, go to our website, www.legrand.co.za. We thank you for joining us today and look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care, guys.
Enjoy your smart home.
Okay, so I think it's important to understand the interoperability with your products like your Google, your Apple, your Amazon Alexa. Okay, to give you a typical example of this, you would walk into your home and say, "Hey Siri, turn on my lights," or "Hey Siri, stream Netflix," or "Hey Siri, play my favorite song." So home automation is much easier and more accessible. Okay, my Siri is busy talking to me. I apologize. Okay.
Which home?
Okay, so also what's very important, and one of the main difference between RTO with Net Atmo or Legrand products and a lot of products on the market is that we give you 17 cover plate finishes. And internally, your switches can be white or magnesium. And this is very important because for architects, interior designers, and even the end user, it's very important to have their choice. Other products on the market, you'll have a choice of either white or black that is available. Now, I think for business owners, for end users, maybe for installers, what is the cost is very important a topic for me in terms of, because from a commercial point of view, it's very important because we need to understand what this installation will cost. Okay, so if we take a standard 3-bedroom house, in your master bedroom we'd put a 3-lever smart switch plus a smart socket. In bedroom 2 we'd put a 2-lever smart switch. In bedroom 3 you would put a 1-lever smart switch. In your living room, a 3-lever plus a 1-lever dimmer. In your dining room, a 1-lever dimmer. In your kitchen, a 2-lever smart switch, as well as a combination smart socket, including the gateway kit. And excluding that, you're looking at approximately under 30,000 Rand, including your cover plates, considering that this is all white, and including your support frames and your connected sockets. So I think you can agree with me, because if we had to take one of our Legrand bus systems and do the same installation, we would probably be looking at 2 to 3 to 4 to 500,000 Rand. So why is this important for the end user, because home automation is now very affordable. Another reason why I think it's important for the end user is because if we talk about return on investment and we talk about installing a smart home solution, what it actually does, it increases the value of your property. Why is this important for business owners or installers? Because RTO with Net Atmo can be installed by an accredited electrical contractor. Okay, so this would enhance his business offering to his clients. Okay, and we're entering into the smart home age, and RTO with Net Atmo becomes so much easier in terms of installation, in terms of affordability. Of this product. We launched this product in 2019, beginning of 2019. We did about 7 installations in 2019. In 2020, it is, in spite of being a COVID year, we did about 50 installations, and we are already currently for this year sitting on 44 installations. So people are getting to, the product is gaining traction in a very good, in a very good direction. I'm going to play a small video just to explain to you a little bit about the installation. So what Legrand is saying, a new era of the home has begun, because I think with a lot of us at home, working from home, I think the home has become more and more important. And in order for it to be more convenient, to enhance our energy saving, as well as to enhance our security. So what Legrand is saying, now your home can actually love you back. So we say a new era of the home has begun. Before we move over to the Net Atmo products, are there any questions?
Doesn't look like it, Donovan. I think you can continue.
Okay. Okay. So then, if we look at some of our Net Atmo products. We look at the security products. I'm going to show you a video with our security products. But I mean, we've got Net Atmo air quality sensor. Now, how does this work and why is this important? This is important because we are all trying to live healthier lives, and we don't realize the air quality in our space. Now, the air quality sensor will tell you what the temperature of the room is. It will tell you what the humidity level of the room is. It will tell you what the noise level in the room is. And it will tell you also what the carbon dioxide level in the room is. Now, why is this important? It's also called the healthy home coach. And if the carbon dioxide in your bedroom, for example, goes up by a certain amount, it will send you a push notification and say to you, the carbon dioxide level is high. You need to either ventilate And the reason why this is bad is because it's going to cause headaches. If the temperature drops below 14 degrees, it will send you a push notification, and it will say that if the temperature drops below 14 degrees, it's going to cause you fatigue, and so forth. People with asthma, it can tell you what the humidity is in the room. If the humidity is too high, it will tell you, and so forth. For babies, if the noise level in the room is too high, it will send you a push notification and say that the noise level in that baby's specific room is too high. And then also we do the Net Atmo weather stations, where it tells you the same thing as the Healthy Home Coach, but it also tells you the atmospheric pressure. You can add a rain gauge to that, and you can also add an anemometer to tell you what the wind speed is. Then we also have Net Atmo energy products, where you have thermostats, smart thermostats, as well as smart radiator valves. The next video I'm going to show you concerns your Net Atmo security products.
What's nice is it also got the onboard SD recording card, and it, like I said earlier on with the outdoor camera, you can also record directly to the cloud.
Okay, let's start the video from the start.
What you busy with, Sean?
I am just booking, well, now I have booked my December holidays.
That sounds exciting. You know what? I love this time of the year.
I do too.
Yeah, it's been a busy year, my friend.
It has been. It has been. Will you be going away?
Yes, going down to the south coast, and I can't wait to soak up the sun on the beach.
Very nice. And what about security at home?
Sean, security is always a concern.
Yeah.
You can be prepared as much as you want, but there's always that worry.
For sure.
I've got animals, and the people looking after them, I wonder, have they been there? And just the general security around the house is always a concern.
Yeah. Well, the products that we're going to look at today, the Net Atmo security products, will help give you that peace of mind when you are away. Let's first start by talking about the smart outdoor camera. What I really love about this is the fact that I can receive notifications on my smartphone should there be any activity detected in my yard. What else makes this smart?
It's an intelligent unit. It can actually detect what it sees.
Okay.
And it will tell you, I'm seeing a person, a vehicle, or an animal. And it will send the notifications to your phone in those categories.
Very clever.
What's nice about this camera is it's fully weatherproof. Some technical features, it records on board. It's got an onboard micro SD card.
Yes.
It can also record to the cloud as well. But it records at 24 frames per second HD. So it's very high quality.
Yeah.
It has a very powerful floodlight, 1,000 lumens floodlight. When it gets activated by a stranger, that will be a strong deterrent.
Absolutely.
Or it can light your way for the night. Because the floodlight is so powerful, they've built in a dimming function, so you can dim it to the setting that you want it to be at. And also, there's got a backlit LED that gives you that infrared high quality infrared night vision. So, Sean, this unit will require a high quality Wi-Fi router. And then communicates via Wi-Fi to the system.
And how easy is it to install?
Very easy to install. All you need is power. And what you can do is you could use an existing light fitting. Just take that light fitting off, and this will slot in its place. it can conveniently mount in any position to focus it to the area that you want it to have a look at.
Now, you mentioned Wi-Fi, so both the outdoor camera and the smart indoor camera do operate with Wi-Fi, and they are compatible with both Apple HomeKit and Google Assistant. Something about the smart indoor camera, just moving on to that, is the fact that it is the central hub should you wish to add additional components like the smart indoor siren or the smart door and window sensors. But taking a look at the camera itself now, it is first of all a nice, sleek, discreet design, which is great for just...
It doesn't look like a camera.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Also, Marius, I can get notifications on my phone with this, but from what I understand, there's facial recognition with this as well.
High quality facial recognition. This unit will, you can upload your family's profile, and if your son or daughter arrive home, it will tell you they've just arrived home, or for that matter, left home. Sean, what's nice is it also got the onboard SD recording card, and it, like I said earlier on with the outdoor camera, you can also record directly to the cloud.
But now, surely with recording, won't privacy be an issue?
Yes, so with privacy, what you can tell the system is when my family's profiles are loaded, if you see a family member, don't record.
Okay.
However, at the same time, you can say to it, if there's a stranger in the midst of my family, or a stranger alone, record. So it's nice, you can have those settings conveniently set as you want them.
Okay.
Sean, something else, it's got a very powerful infrared vision at night as well. So it can give you that motion detection. It's a motion detector as well. So it will activate an alarm. If it sees a stranger, it will activate the alarm immediately.
Okay, and also I believe you can use it to listen. Can you hear sound on it
Yes.
as well?
So basically what happens is on both these, remember both these units, you can actually go onto it live and have a look in real time what the images are. And yes, Sean, you can also then listen to what's going on.
Now, I also understand that with the artificial intelligence in this unit, that it will learn your behavior, correct? It will learn the family's behavior, and it will and then arm and disarm.
So that's correct. So basically, when you leave the home, it will automatically arm the system to go to alarm status. Or for that matter, when you arrive home, it will disarm. You can manually also then activate it if you want from your phone.
Okay. Then moving on to the indoor siren. Again, let me just stress the fact that these are not standalone items, and you do need the hub, that being the camera, the indoor camera, for these two items, the siren and the smart door and window sensors to operate. The smart siren, also very smart, very nice design. What is it? How does this work with the camera?
Sean, this unit is look, first of all, I have to say this unit, the siren is 110 decibels.
It's loud.
It's very loud. It's a strong deterrent.
Yes.
So this will activate when the smart camera sees a stranger. It will activate the alarm, and it will immediately send a message to your phone. You can set it so that it doesn't activate immediately, and you can manually activate the alarm from your phone, or for that matter, activate it automatically.
Yes.
What's nice about this unit as well is you can have pre-recorded sounds that you can manually activate from your phone. For example, a dog barking or a vacuum cleaner in the background. I remember when we saw the demo and the dog barking, I was looking around at where the dog was. That's how
it's very realistic. I agree. Yeah. The door and window sensors. Now, these little tags you put onto the door or window, and it connects to the phone.
Yes.
So, not to the phone, to the camera. And you get notifications on your phone?
That's correct. So whenever a door or window opens, when you're in security mode, for example, sleeping or not at home, it will activate the alarm. It's got a vibration sensor as well, so if somebody knocks on the window or tries to break it, it will activate the alarm. What's nice about this unit is if you're away from home, you can actually physically see what the position of your windows are. Okay. Storm coming up, you can immediately phone somebody or let them know, close the windows.
Rain's coming. Okay, well, I think that about concludes it for today. If you want to look at any of these products, if you want to view them on our website, it's www.legrand.co.za, or you can go to our YouTube channel where you can watch videos of all of them, as well as installation videos should you have already bought the product. Marius?
I think it's time to say to all our customers and friends,
thank you very much for joining us.
Enjoy your festive season.
Take care, guys. See you next time. Cheers.
And then just to quickly conclude, Legrand also offers home office solutions. And I want to mention our flagship product, which is the socket, which has the old RSA, the new RSA, as well as the Type A and Type C USB charger. What's different about our USB chargers or the flagship product is that we've got one switch to switch all, which is now in line with legislation. In terms of our USB chargers, we've got a USB charger that has got an intelligent charging system that's built into it. So to give an example of this, if you've got a phone and a tablet and you're charging both of them, your tablet is at 30%, your phone is at 80%, it brings both devices up to 100% at the same time. And once it is fully charged, it then switches or goes into sleep mode, and that is why it doesn't damage your battery, and it is approved by most major cell phone manufacturers. And then just in conclusion, I should play one last video, and then we can take any questions if there are any. Okay, yeah, so in conclusion, another thing that I forgot to mention is that we talk about the quality of Legrand products. Legrand products are specified by most of your major hotel hospitality. We've got a big hospitality clients, the likes of the Hiltons, the Radisson Group, the Marriotts, the Proteas, Tsogo-san, not only locally, but also internationally. And all of our products come with a 2-year warranty, which says something about the quality of our product. Are there any questions?
Oh, Donovan, my first comment is, we living in the Western Cape here, and it feels like we've got ancient homes now, if I listen to what you've got up there in Sandton, but hopefully we will adapt to this technology. Do you have facilities here in the Western Cape, like a showroom to see your products?
Yes, we do. It's in Century City.
Is it is it a Legrand office there, or what?
Yeah, there's a Legrand showroom in Century City. Yes, and then we also have distributors in around the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KZN, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, and obviously many in Joburg, Johannesburg.
And then just this final product that you showed with the different connectors, like USB Type-C and normal USB connections, can one fit that to an existing wiring system in your house? Can you just replace a plug that you've got now with that connector?
Most definitely, most definitely. I think if you see the USB, the new USB that we've got has got the Type A and the Type C. All of your new devices are now coming out with the Type C, which is the round connection. So your MacBooks are now coming with the Type C. Your Dell laptops are coming with the Type C. You can charge your laptops. Most of your new phones are coming with the Type C. But yes, you just remove the old plug or old, and you just and it's a monoblock, so which means it's only 3 wires: your live, your neutral, and your earth. So it's not anything complicated. You replace an existing socket that was originally there.
Don, Johan, sorry to interrupt you. I don't know, Don, if you mentioned this, but I think the beauty of the RTL with NetAtmo range is that it actually retrofits onto existing wiring in your house. So there's no need to rewire anything. So you simply take your old plug socket out, replace it with the connected socket. You use existing wiring. There's no need for any retrofit wiring or anything that you need to pull wires through your system. And I think that's the beauty of this product, is that, you know, it's so easy to adapt, even if you've got old infrastructure, which, you know, for you guys would be, you know, perfect. You don't need anything more than that.
There are 1 or 2 switches that you would need to require, that you need to pull in a neutral, but we've also got switches that don't require a neutral. So with your existing wiring there, especially for your older homes, there's no neutral. For your sockets, not a problem at all. That is a neutral already. So just to clarify on that point.
Good. I see there in the chat panel, there are a few questions. Just for the members who are not sure where to find the chat, if you just move your mouse towards the bottom of this Teams screen, there's a chat icon. It should have a little red dot on it now, because there are chats inside the chat panel. It's like a
Perfect. Yeah, I see it. I'll read them out. So Angela said, would it allow you to set up switches to go on off on a time example? I'd like certain lights to turn off or on at a specific time. Angela, that's a very, very good question, and the answer is yes. So basically, you can set up any schedules. And to give an example of this, also, as we must remember that it's a cloud-based solution. Okay, so what you can set up the system to do is at sunset, turn on my floodlights. At sunrise, turn off my floodlights. Now, traditionally, how we've done it in the past is we put a time switch, and at 6 o'clock, okay, the lights must go on. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, the lights must go off. But this is a problem because seasonally, in winter, the sun sets at a later time, and summer, it sets at a later time. RTL with NetAtmo is a cloud-based solution. You can get it to turn on and off at sunrise or sunset. You can put customizable lighting schedules. I'll give you another example of that. So in certain areas where it's dangerous, we want to create a sense that there's some type of activity. So basically at 3 o'clock in the morning, floodlight 1 and 2 switch on, and that's on a Monday. On a Tuesday, 3 and 4, and so forth. So you can put time schedules to create a sense that there's some type of activity. So yes, you can put time schedules.
Don, thanks for that. I think just going back, there was a question from Peter Heeman just before Angela's question. His question was, does the system respond to any voice, or does it have to be trained on one voice?
So you set it up. If you take Google, for example, and you tell Google, only work on my voice, it will only work on your voice. But if you tell Google, allow anybody's voice, it will allow anybody to utilize the system.
Okay, then thank you for that. The next question was from Peter. He asks, what happens when load shedding occurs?
What happens when load shedding occurs? You should have bought a Legrand UPS system, or if you've put in a inverter system. But if there is no power, if you've got power going, then the house continues as normal. But if there's no power supplying any of this, the sockets or the gateway, then obviously then you can't do anything because there's no power anyway. However, if your Wi-Fi goes down, I'm just going to include this into that, you can still control your home. You can still have scenarios that you can activate. You can still control your wireless switch. You can still control scenarios. So if your Wi-Fi is down, not really a major problem. But if you don't have power in your house and you don't have backup power, everything is off. I mean, there's nothing that you can do.
Sure. Okay, then I think the next question that we've got here, also from Peter, where is the evidence stored? So I assume, Peter, that you're referring to the video footage.
So you can store it on the memory card that comes with the device. You can store it to an FTP server, or you can store it on a cloud. So if you've got Dropbox, you can get all the videos stored on Dropbox.
Okay. Thanks, Don. The next question is from Anne. How is unstable Wi-Fi overcome? So I assume we're talking about the quality of the Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. So if the quality of the Wi-Fi connection is bad and you can't connect to your home, your device will still record onto your memory card. And then once the Wi-Fi is restored, or when it's at an acceptable level, you can access it. So it still records even if there's no Wi-Fi.
All right. Next question. Peter, you've got a few questions here, and I think they're good ones as well. The next question, sorry, Peter, do they all fit in a 2x4 box?
So we're talking about RTO with Net Atmo. It's standard South African. It's standard South African standard. Having said that, RTO with Net Atmo is a modular system, and Legrand caters for every standard throughout the world. So if you've got a home in, say, for example, Germany, we can give you a Germany standard. If you've got a house, if you want British standard, we can modify it to be British standard. But RTO with Net Atmo fits into a 2x4 support frame, which then fits into a 2x4 wall box. And your sockets are obviously 4x4.
Okay. Then the next question we've got is from Mike. Can I just plug it into a multi-plug socket? So I'm not sure what the question here refers to.
Yes, well, Mike, if you're able to maybe clarify or unmute your mic and just let us know just more clarification on the question.
Mike, just unmute yourself there at the bottom. Mike, we can't hear you. I can see you're still in the meeting, but just unmute yourself by moving, or just type something new in the chat box to clarify the question.
All right, let's move over to the next question until Mike replies to us. Okay. Mike says I meant for the USB stick.
I think it's more or less what I also ask is to whether you can fit that multiple connectors to a standard existing.
Of course you can.
Wiring
yes.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you most definitely can.
Mike, sorry, if that didn't answer your question completely, you're more than welcome to send us some more details in the chat. In the meanwhile, we'll go on to the question from Penny. For the stove to be switched on, does it have to be a new smart stove? so my old appliance won't be able to work? Question.
Penny, I would never connect. I would never connect a stove. If there's one thing, I would connect a geyser. I would connect a pool pump. I would connect your lights. I would connect your plugs, your USBs, your blinds and shutters. I would never connect a stove to an automated socket, which, as you can imagine, would be very dangerous. As a fire risk.
Okay. Then the next question from John. I assume the security device can be linked to a security response company.
No, no. It's a standalone. It is not linked to any other. It's not linked to an outside source. So if you want specific, if you've got a security service and you want your cameras and stuff linked to that, please, it is not. It's a the NetAtmo security products are standalone. So you should still utilize your security company, and if that is what you required, but it cannot be linked to a security company.
Okay. Sorry, Penny just sent a reply message to that one with the stove, Don. I should have said oven. Does that change? Does that change the scenario?
So what it can be done. So you can have your smart socket outlet with a connected to the power of your oven. I know that that it is possible to have specific settings that you can activate it, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can control it, considering that it must be in the on position and so forth and so forth. But I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend you connecting to a stove or even a heater. I think that could be quite dangerous.
Okay. Then the next question from Peter: what happens to the settings when power comes back on after an interruption?
Okay, so I mentioned earlier that RTU with NetAtmo is a cloud-based solution, and should you have a power interruption, so when the power comes back on, because it's a cloud-based solution, it doesn't change your settings. So whatever you've set up, the scenarios and so forth, all your settings will still be there.
Okay, thanks, Don. I think that was all the questions that came up in the chat. I don't know if there's anyone else that has any more questions for us.
Yeah, thank you, Melanie and Donovan. I think that was a lot of questions. Thanks for everyone. It shows that there was some real interest in this topic. So can I just conclude then? Firstly, I want to thank Donovan and Melanie. I'll just open my camera here that my members can see. It's really me that's still out here. But thank you very much for this presentation, that you agreed to us to do it on a relative short notice. And even the fact that we had to go onto Teams and not on our normal Zoom did not scare you, although it scared me, but I think we made it successful.